Now, welcome back to the channel, all my hustlers and grinders and go-getters, the ones that wake up in the morning, look in the mirror and say, I'm gonna get this money. It's Matt and the JoJo, and we got another guest today, don't we?
Yep, it's Friday and we're live, and once again, we are here with one of our guest speakers that's gonna be at the Junk Expo, and we really thought it would be great to do a whole bunch of lives so you can meet every single person that's going to be there, find out a little bit about them. And after listening to people, you'll realize, hey, this is one reason why we chose the people that we chose. They're awesome, they're great, they're good people, and they're doing it in the business.
So we have John from Happy Junk Removal. I love this guy. He's a real go-getter. He's a hustler. He's about his money, and he's a super cool dude to meet in person. And that's why we invited him to be a speaker. He has knowledge, and we just love the guy. He's super cool.
Yeah. Yep.
So, John, you ready to hop in here or what?
Let's do it.
What's going down?
What's up? Thanks, guys.
How y'all doing?
Good.
So, for the viewers that don't know who John Happy Junk Removal is, break it down for them.
Oh, okay. Well, thanks for having me guys and everything you guys do for the community. I feel honored to be here talking with you guys. So thank you. But yeah, I'm a dad, entrepreneur. I went to ASU. I worked in Motorola for 18 years. I worked in technology. It was a lot of fun, but I didn't know what I was missing out on. And what I was missing out on was being a business owner. So in 2001, I quit my job to be a stay-at-home dad. So I didn't want to just stay home, watch the kids all the time, or one son at the time. So I started a pressure washing business back in 2001. And since that time, I've had my own business. So I started with pressure washing. I bought an existing hood cleaning company. I don't know if you worked a restaurant before, but in the back of the kitchen, they got the hoods, they're all greasy. Well, I would go there at night and clean the grease off the hoods, you know. I built that up, so I had employees doing that. Then I got into parking lot sweeping, so I had crews running at night, pressure washing, cleaning hoods, and parking lot sweeping. And I was out there a lot of the time too. During the day, I was kind of bored, so I said, I'm gonna, look into something else. I had a power wash customer ask me, hey, after you wash my warehouse, can you take this junk? I think this was like in 2013. And I said, yeah, we can take that stuff for you. So we cleaned the floors, pressure washing floors, and they had a bunch of old restaurant equipment. So we loaded it up and hauled it off. And then I said, you know what, I can offer this service. I'm gonna start offering junk removal. So not knowing what I was getting into, I went and bought this old big box truck with a dump body for like $6,000. It was a piece of junk. It was way too big. I did one job with it, and I said, this is not going to work. I need something smaller, right? So I sold the truck, and it took me a while to find another truck, and I bought a used Isuzu NPR. And then, I did a couple jobs, no branding, no wrap or anything on it. I think I posted a picture of one of my first jobs, a bunch of concrete. So that was in 2014. And then I just slowly started growing it after that, picking up commercial customers, starting to hustle. And then here we are, 10 years later, it's a lot of fun. I love the business. I love talking to other guys in the business. We'll go on vacation and, I'm hunting down who's the junk guys around here. And I'll call them up. I'm like, hey, what's up? So, we'll get together, have breakfast, have a beer. And I met a lot of guys across the country just, going on vacation and hanging out with them, So yeah, here I am. So 10 years later, we do dumpster rentals and junk removal. I sold the pressure washing, I sold the hood cleaning business, and I sold the hoods. So I went all in on junk and dumpsters. So yeah. And when I started, guys like you weren't out there. We just learned just by trial and error. So now there's so much information, and it's nice to get these younger guys that you can help them. They don't have to make the same mistakes. So But I love the business. Every day is something new. It's great if you have OCD because there's so many distractions. You never get bored. There's always something to do. Always.
Yeah.
Every day is an adventure.
No, you're right. Like today, we went to a job and the guy was an artist. And we show up to a lot of jobs and people say they do artwork or artists, and the art is just horrible, just ugly. But this guy, how good was his artwork?
He did what's called realist painting. You really thought you were looking at an actual picture of something.
Wow.
It was amazing. Yeah, and he did these like peppermint stick candies. The long, candies that you would get at Christmas time.
Yeah.
And it literally looked like the candy was really there, even the cellophane. Wow. It was shiny. And so I was like, I was so impressed. He did marbles and jacks, and it looked like pictures of, I was super impressed.
So one thing we always do when we show up to a house and it's like $1 million house, me or the Julio will always ask, what do you do for a living?
Oh, yeah.
We want to know, like, we're at a mansion, it's like 40 acres, $2 million house. We want to know what they did. A lot of them are like in the computers and stuff like that, or stocks.
Tech, computers. Yeah, it's interesting because it's one of the things I love about junk removal, or I guess any service business.
Yeah,
you're not going in and just being stuck in an office. Like when I was a teacher, I was going to campus, and that's where I spent my day.
Yeah,
we are out in the field, and we're going to people's houses, and we're meeting new people every single day, and you have those opportunities to like pick people's brains a little bit. Like some of the homes that we go to are amazing. They're on top of the hill, overlooking vineyards. They have a pool. They have multiple bedrooms, a garage that parks. We did a house, and how was it an $8 million house? What was that?
There was a house we did for some guy that owns a bank, and he had so many toys in his warehouse. He had like 2 PT Cruisers, a bunch of dune buggies, boats, a bass boat. He had all kinds of just cool stuff.
Was it the NASCAR guy?
It was a NASCAR. Actually, he sponsored some NASCAR people. He gave me, or actually, I charged him to take like 12 brand new NASCAR tires.
He was able to resell them.
I sold them for like, I think, $1,500, like a month later. The guy had a dump trailer there, but he just didn't want to do nothing.
Yeah.
You come across these opportunities of meeting people and just like, what do you do for a living? It opens up doors and opportunities for you.
Yeah.
I love it. What would you say separates you from your competition?
Oh, interesting. I'm probably one of the most social junk guys here in the Valley in Arizona. Like I call guys every day. We're all chit-chatting, how's business? How's your phone volume? Any jobs going on? Anything crazy? So I'm probably like the junk removal social butterfly of the Valley. So I don't know. So that makes me a little different. I think a lot of guys are kind of private about, what they're doing. But yeah, I'm really friendly. We're chat with the competitors all the time. Send them jobs. I just sent some work over to All Around. Who's All Around?
Yeah.
We had a customer call us. They're on the north side, and it was a single item. I said, I'm not driving all the way down there for $99, right? So we have buddies on the north side, west side, and we'll send them work. We don't want to go out there. We'll go out there for the bigger jobs, but not the small jobs. Yeah.
I think that's super important to be friendly with your competition. You're in the same area doing the same thing. They can shoot you work, you can shoot them work. Sometimes you can collaborate and do things together. Word of mouth is so important. And we always, whenever we see one of our competitors, we wave. Whenever we see 1-800-GOT-JUNK, we just did it today because they're right around the corner from us. We honk and wave.
Thank you for charging so much.
That's what I think for, because really, if it wasn't for Big Blue, what we call them,
we couldn't charge as much.
We couldn't charge as much. Like they put the class in trash. That's what I said. And because of them, we're able to do what we do.
No, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I loved your truck that you got when you first started. I seen you posted it on Facebook. That green one you had.
Yeah, the green one. That was one of my first jobs. It was like a bunch of concrete. It sucked. It's terrible.
You started off with a bang, though, for sure. You had the setup.
Yeah, I picked that truck up for about 18 grand. And the guy some guy driving it around still. He's still driving it around,
Nice.
And yeah, it was a good starter. But I had that, and I had a trailer, and I still have my Tundra. You had a Tundra too, right?
Oh, I'm a Tundra guy. I love Tundras.
So today, I did one job today because it was on the way to pick up my son, and a customer sent me the pictures. There's some stuff by a dumpster, right? Some long tables and a long pallet. And I was like, oh, shoot, all the trucks in the yard are full of junk. That means I have to go to the landfill, and then I have to go pick up that stuff. But I got my generator, right? Put it in the back of my truck, and my Sawzall stopped at the place, cut the pallets, cut the tables in my Tundra, $375, boom, 10 minutes.
Nothing wrong with that. I done picked up a microwave and like a flat screen TV in the Honda before.
Yeah.
I was in the Honda, and a lady called me up, and I was in her area. She's like, hey, I got a microwave and a small TV. Do you mind swinging by? I said, yeah, I'll be right there. I said, ma'am, normally we're in a work truck, but today, since you have a small pickup, we'll swing on by.
Yeah.
Like, why not?
Yeah, why not?
Day off, but you're in the area, you get a phone call. Take advantage of that.
Yeah, this is really a great business, and it's like there's really not a lot of, it's not a big business, but I love all the people in the business. It's a small community, and it's good, Not everybody can do this kind of work. To us, it's like no biggie, but most people can't do it, much less run the whole business. There's a lot to it,
There's a lot to it. We always say, because it's easy to start. I mean, it's easy to start. You don't have to go to school to do it. Anybody can load up garbage and toss it in a truck, but it's the business part of it. Like it is a business, and you have to run it like a business. And
heck yeah,
that part's not easy. Getting your phone to ring all the time and building it from like a foundation up is, that part's not easy.
Yeah. Do you guys track all your phone calls? What do you use for tracking? We
don't track all our phone calls. Yeah. Some we should do, but we don't track all our phone calls.
Yeah, we've definitely. Some people say, well, what would you do differently, or what would you change? And really, I love how we started. We started small, and we took our time to grow. But that's probably the only thing I would have done differently from the very beginning is really keep track of our client list. So, and now that we use a CRM, that does keep track of it.
Yes.
But it doesn't go all the way back to where we first started. So it is one of the things that when people say, well, what should, advice I give for newcomers, keep track of your clients.
Yeah, definitely that. So kind of by accident, when I started, I signed on with Call Tracking Metrics. So I have going back to my very first phone call, which is crazy. Because back then, I didn't have a CRM. I was just using like a spreadsheet and QuickBooks to send invoices, I would take notes on a Post-it, customers' information. It's so nice now, everything's on the app,
Yeah.
So the next question I got for you is, what's your biggest month you ever had?
Biggest month? Oh, shit, I think it was like 95 or 97, something like that.
Now, is that the trash business and dumpster business?
They're combined. I really don't separate them. Because they work together, and most of the money's in the junk. We just did the dumpsters as hey, if $800 is too much, we can bring you a dumpster and you can fill it up,
Yeah, for sure.
It works out because we have the hook lift trucks now, and the guys love those because I got one truck, this brand new truck, nobody wants to drive it because it doesn't have a hook lift, right? And I don't have a lift gate like you guys got them lift gates, so I might have to put a lift gate on that, but I think in 02 was really busy, or 22 was pretty busy. So we had 3 trucks going every day. And then in 23, it slowed down. So then I got extra trucks, but it's nice we have backups. But the guys like the roll-off trucks, the ones that we use to put the dumpsters down, because we roll up to a job and put the dumpster on the ground. It's a lot easier, just walk in and out, you know.
So how long were you doing junk removal before you implemented the dumpsters?
The dumpsters, I started the dumpsters in about 5 years ago.
Okay.
Yeah. So the first 4 to 5 years, no dumpsters. Just we had a ramp, you know. We didn't have a lift gate. We just used the ramp. Yeah.
Now, how many trucks are you running, and how many containers do you have?
We have 11 containers, and right now we run 2 trucks, 5 days a week. And then 4 days a week we run 2 trucks, and on Mondays and Saturdays we just run 1 truck.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And has junk removal led to other business opportunities?
Oh yeah, heck yeah. This so if I had to do this over again, dude, I would have started learning real estate in the conjunction with junk removal, because the junk is good, don't get me wrong, but the real money's in real estate. Okay. So if I had all the education on how to buy distressed property and had all the money lined up, which it can be done, you're in a better position, because then you can combine your junk removal skills, your dumpsters, demolition, and you buy properties, and it just really elevates the business. So if I was to add anything else, if I would have done something different, I would have done that early on. 5 years ago, I was able to pick up a commercial property. It's almost quadrupled in value now, and that's because of junk removal. So yeah. And if I would have known that earlier on, I would have got into real estate, preferably commercial real estate, because that really changes the game. So what I'm hoping down the road, as I transition into like doing a lot less junk, we're gonna, maybe talk about doing some thrifting, selling stuff out from a thrift store. And so far, I don't know of anyone doing that business model, but it's interesting. If we could sell a lot of the stuff right now, we donate it.
Mm-hmm.
So what happened with that commercial property? You showed up, there was a heck of trash there, and they wanted to get rid of it. They were just
I used to rent a spot over in Tempe, and I had a really good deal with the landlord, the owner. They had like 10 dumpsters on the property, right? Yeah. And for $125 a month, I could use his dumpsters. So the first 4 years, I didn't have dump fees. Imagine that. You have no dump fees in? So that was great. We just
for how much? $125
a month.
A month.
He thought he was getting a good deal because I would sweep his parking lot, right? Because I had a sweeping business.
Yeah.
So I swept the parking lot, and I paid for an extra dumpster, $125 a month, and he just let me use them whenever I wanted. But he's an old guy, sold the property, and I could see the writing on the wall. The new property managers saw these, trucks and dumpsters. They're like, let's get this guy out of here, Mm-hmm. So then I was stressing, like, where am I putting this equipment, So I found the place I'm at now. It was no windows, it was really bad property. I walked in, I loved it, because no one's gonna want to buy this junky place, right? But right now it's great for us, We have
how big of a place is it?
The building, it's about 4,000 square feet. That's an old building. So I have to bring everything up to code, which is expensive. I had to get architect drawings and because of COVID, all the parts for commercial buildings, they were like 6 months to a year out for electrical panels. It's been that's one of my challenges right now I'm working on. So, but a couple years down the road, it'll be a good investment,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
So is your plan to turn that into like a thrift shop a little bit, or no?
I think we might try like once a month, open it up. Try to turn some stuff through there. But we'll see. Yeah.
Now, what's the best find you ever found?
Oh, dude. Man, I don't know. I heard people find some good stuff. I haven't been that fortunate. Most of my good flips are like, $1,000, gold chain, a boat. But I don't have any real big ones, like compared to like what you guys done. I know guys found like 70,000 in jewelry, you know.
Yeah, you hear those stories, right?
And I believe it too, but I haven't been that fortunate. We'll get you know, a boat. One time I got a boat and I charged the lady, I think it was like $450 to haul it off. She had a title, gave me a title, took it to my shop, and some guy just unhitched it, took the boat right there, another $750. You know?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Those are the best.
That was good.
Yeah.
But I went to the pawn shop the other day, had me a little gold ring, got me $30. You know.
Oh, so you don't hold on to the gold, you just flip it?
Yeah, I just flip it. Yeah, I had a Hawaiian gold chain last month. I think it was like $850. You know.
Oh, you can't beat that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would you say is your best form of advertisement?
Ooh, that's a good question. Probably, it's hard to pick one that stands out for us. Probably for us is organic. We pop up on organics really well. Yeah.
How did you do that? What helped you do that?
Well, we have our trucks branded pretty good. We do the yard signs, door hangers, pretty much what everyone else does. What else? Realtors knocking on doors, just talking to people. It just over the years, just, you know, have repeat clientele. They tell people about you. Go to networking meetings. Yeah, assisted living homes, everything. You got to do everything. There's not one, nothing works by itself, right? You got to do everything. Social media, you got to post. You guys are the best at this. You know, you got to get yourself out there. And we're not really good at that, but we do a little bit of it. But there's the best way to advertise is organics, and that's by boots on the ground, shaking hands, holding babies, you know.
Yeah, I was going to say that you sound very grassroots. Just grassroots, yeah.
So when Matt mentioned that you guys ask people what they do for a living, I do the same thing. I'm just curious, right? Most jobs, I spend more time talking to the customer than I do doing the work.
We do that for sure.
We do the same thing. Yeah.
50 minutes loading up the truck, and I'm going to talk for like half hour, you know. But I think it was December, I was doing a job with my son on a Sunday. We normally don't work Sundays, but a customer says, he goes, "Hey, I got some stuff I need picked up. Can you help us out?" I said, "Yeah, no problem. We'll get you on the schedule for Monday." He's like, "Well, I kind of need it done today." I'm like, "Oh, shoot." I'm like, "Okay. Gabriel, let's go. We got to do some work." And they always ask me, "What kind of junk is it?" I'm like, "I don't know. You know, we'll just go to junk. We're going to go pick it up," right? So we get there. It's a nice house. You know, he's got the fancy Mercedes, the shiny garage floor. He's got some stuff in the garage to take out. Takes us inside. He's got some daughter's bedroom furniture's got to go. So we did the garage stuff first, and then we're upstairs taking out the mattress, and I'm dragging it out. My son's pushing it, and the customer's watching us. I'm like, "So Brian, what do you do for work?" And he goes, I'm the managing partner of, you know, blah, blah, blah properties. And I'm like, I stopped. And then my son looks at me, he looks at the customer and says, "My dad likes your answer." So I said, "Brian, this is your lucky day. You get me in a meeting room with your decision makers, I'm gonna knock off $200, right?" He's like, "Done," right? So from that conversation, we got like $15K this year from that customer's company, just by asking, you know, "What do you do for work?"
Right on.
Yeah.
And that happens, you know, that's a good one, but you ask them what they do for a living, you're going to get a lead. They're going to say something that's going to spark another conversation, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so anyways.
If you don't ask those questions, that would have never happened.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yep. How many employees do you have?
Right now we have 2 helpers, 2 lead drivers, and Maggie. Maggie, she does all the admin stuff, all the collections. She's really good on the phone, closes the deals, and yeah. So if she doesn't pick up, then I can pick up. So, and we answer the phone 24/7.
That's good.
Oh, so you guys are open 24/7?
No, we answer the phone 24/7.
Okay. Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
We're open 24/7. I don't answer the phone 24/7. I wish I did, but yeah.
I had calls 2:00 in the morning before,
Yeah.
Yeah. Most people call in reasonable times, but we don't get a lot of crazy calls,
Yeah.
So what's the biggest job you ever tackled? You ever landed?
We just did one, January, February. I think it's like 30,000, 32,000. We did, it was a 25 loader.
Oh,
Order
nice.
house. Yeah. We had to do it in 5 days.
5 days?
Yeah.
Wow.
That's a good 5 days right there. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
So, what would you change or do differently if you had to start all over again?
What would I do different? That's a good question. I think I was real quick to trust people that say, "Hey, we're going to get you all these leads. We're gonna set you up with this website, and blah blah blah." And I trusted them, right? So one of those contracts I signed was like $10,000. I signed for a year, and I got 0 leads from it, dude. So that was a long time ago. But I'd be very leery of people trying to get you to sign a contract. I do month to month. Now I'm a hard sell. Now these guys call me, I shut them down really quick. I know all the questions. I said, okay, give me some referrals. I know that company. They need to work on their SEO or whatever. After being around so long, you can save a lot of money by being a little bit more investigative, if you will.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'd be careful with those contracts. Yeah.
So what kind of contract was it? Was it like a website?
I forget, it was like a Yellow Pages type. It was when the internet was starting to become more prevalent, right? So it was like these guys, before websites, we didn't know too much about websites back then. You just said, "Oh, I need a website. This is for my hood cleaning business, my pressure washing." So, but I've gotten bit like that in my junk removal too. I signed a contract with a company in Oregon, Washington, $1,500 a month. It was hard to get out of that contract, but they weren't delivering. There was no calls coming in, and they said, "Oh, we're going to get you all these phone calls," and it wasn't happening. So
Yeah.
So mostly, those agencies that get you to sign these big contracts, I wouldn't do that ever again. Yeah.
One of the things I noticed is as soon as we started a business, they started calling.
Oh, yeah.
It was crazy. Yeah.
On the front page of Google.
Oh, we get that every single day. Every single day.
I'm already there.
Or they'll say, "We can't find you on the web." Like, "Hey, you found me on the web. You're emailing me right now. Come on now." Yeah.
Or your website just isn't searchable. I'm looking on it and I'm thinking, well, how do you find my website? If you can?
Or the best one is when they say your website sucks. Like, how do you try to win someone's business by saying that?
That's their opening line.
Yeah, your website is horrible.
Yeah.
Like, all right, just okay. You ain't gonna get my business now.
Yeah, what I like to do is like, so my website's not performing well, and I'll say, okay, what's the name of my company? And they'll ask them, like, they don't even know. I said, how do you know my website's not performing well if you don't name my company? I said, do this, Google junk removal Mesa. Read me the top 3 results. And I'll tell them, like, that's me. I'm there. Thank you.
Nice. I like that. I like that a lot.
Yeah. What are your future plans or goals?
Future plans and goals. So, yeah, good question. So, when I first started this, 2014, I built this Facebook group. It's called Local Junkers. Okay, it's a very small group. There's probably like 50 people in this group, and it's very just a small group of guys. I know that some of them are still in the business from when I started. I said I want to build a community. Like the who's who of junk removal on this Facebook group. So over time, I said, you know what, I'm gonna make a website called Local Junkers too. And that took a few years. So I finally got that going. But it's all just an investment right now till I feel I can pull the trigger and say this is extreme value to anybody that subscribes to this Facebook or this website, they're going to get all the tools that I use. It's pretty much anything you ever want to know about junk removal is on this website, including all the coaches, consultants, teachers. They're all on there. So everything you want about junk removal is on that website. But I haven't pulled the switch in terms of charging for that yet. Right now, I think it's like 520 subscribers, but it's all free. But what they get with that right now, they get a backlink, right? And that helps with SEO. Right now, that's free. There's no charge for the backlinks. I'm going to offer websites that the guy who built my website, I said, put together for me 3 packages of websites that's affordable. But it's got to be scalable. In other words, when you're first starting a business, you don't have $2,000 to $5,000 to start a website, okay? But if I can offer a website for $99 a month, no contract, cancel anytime, you take your website with you if you want to go somewhere else, you keep all your content. As your business grows, you can build on that same website without having to change agencies, which I've had to do like 3 times over the years. So that I'm going to work on that in the future. I'm going to have some tools on there that you won't find anywhere else. And I want to make it really affordable. Right now, those tools are expensive because people don't see value in the tools, or they're not doing the kind of numbers that would justify, paying for this tool that shows them what their numbers are. But if I could build a tool that's really cheap and I can prove, like, use this tool, your average job site is going to go up by $150, $200. You're going to watch your labor costs a lot better. You're going to watch your dump fees a lot better. You're going to know how much you're scrapping every month consistently. So all those tools that are, to me, super important. It's just some individuals right now, they don't, it's hard to understand unless you implement it. Like, I didn't know too much about tracking my COGS up until like about 3 years ago. For me, that's been a game changer in terms of profitability. So explaining people how to do those things and giving them the tools to do that, I really like doing that. Plus, I love talking about it,
Yeah. So for people out there that don't know what COGS mean, what is that? Okay.
So in this business, our 3 main costs, and you guys know this one: labor, dump fees, and fuel. Those are the 3 main things in this business. So if you can really control those costs and understand them, and have a goal, your business is going to do better. So before I started tracking the COGS, we were running around 30 to 40%. And my understanding was that 30% was pretty good. So I didn't really try to raise the bar. But I noticed when I went out and did jobs, I was doing 15, 17%, but I didn't give it too much thought. So in January, I'd hired this new guy, and his COGS were coming in at 17%, So you take one guy is running 17% cost of goods versus a guy is running 30% cost of goods. That's a lot of labor that I was paying extra. So now all of us know when a good day is. If we're running 20% COGS, we're priced right, our dump fees are right, and we're profitable. Just teaching people how to calculate that helps their business,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that's one thing you'll be going over there you'll be talking about at the Junk Expo. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
You'll be breaking that all down.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
So why should people come to the Junk Expo?
Oh, dude. Well, you're going to meet you guys, So you're going to get some really good information. None of this is rocket science. There's no magic here. This is all business information. It's all on the internet. It's not complicated. But the human connection that sparks your interest and the people you meet is what makes it really exciting. So you're going to meet lots of great people at Matt and JoJo's event.
Yeah.
And you'll meet people that you're going to talk to, 10 years down the road.
Yeah, nothing. Some people asked us, well, are you gonna maybe sell tickets and have like an online event? I'm like, it's just not the same.
Yeah.
It's not the same. You got to be there. You got to feel it. You have to meet people. You have to sit at the table and converse with others, and then listen to the speakers there.
Yeah.
It's just not the same. So.
Yeah, I'll say one of my highlights of the day was when we went to Andrew's event, was just hanging out with you guys the next day. You and Abel and David, and just chilling and just talking about junk. It was just cool.
Yeah, it's anytime you run into somebody that's in the junk business, it's like a quick connection. You guys instantly have a bond.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So we have, moving forward, it says, I had never heard of COGS, but never got that big. And really, that isn't something like only a big business would do, right? You could do that when you're just starting out. So COGS that stands for cost of goods, right?
Correct.
Okay. So it's just it's implementing and adding up what it costs you to do the job, so you make sure that you're making a profit.
Yeah. So I think most people in business kind of understand the COGS because we're all in business to make a profit, right? So, but just knowing how to do that calculation and actually understanding what that number should be, that's a plus. But everybody does it indirectly. But I did this for 17 years before I knew the formula. No.
Yeah. Because I would say that understanding how to do that when you first start your business, like when you first start, it will kind of take away that what do we charge? What do I charge? You're not telling me in your videos how much you charge. I just want to know how much you charge. They'll click a picture and they'll put it on Trash Talk and they'll say, what would you charge for this?
Yeah.
If you knew your COGS, then you could come up with that number.
Exactly.
Yeah, every state is different. Gas prices are different. Dump fees are way different. The cost of paying employees is different. Everything's just different.
Yeah.
Like, what are you guys paying out there?
We got 37 a ton.
We're 155 to 178 a ton out here.
So that's tough. So like to have a COGS goal of 20% with that high a dump fee, that's tough, dude. So like if you're hitting 25% COGS, you're doing really good. Even 30%, the dump fees make a big difference.
Yeah, we try to recycle and donate as much as possible. We have a bunch of landfills out here, and we're real lucky that we got places we can donate a lot to. And actually, we're right down the street from West Coast Metals, so we got a place where we can just drop off metal super fast at the end of the day and get paid, which is nice.
Yeah, we moved. We bought our first home. It's been about 3 years now, but 3 years ago, and we didn't realize it's a great location for junk removal.
We got the Goodwill right there. We got the dumps right there. We got the scrap yard right there, all about 2 miles away.
And that's not even.
We're about the same. The scrap yard's like 3 miles. The transfer station's about 3 miles. So it's nice.
Moving forward, says he grew up doing clean out, so that's different for me. We have seriously low dump fees just because we have land and donate. That's great, though. Donate. Being able to donate makes a huge difference. It takes a little bit of time, but it saves you quite a bit of money.
I know one thing. If I lived like in the country, like in Texas or somewhere like in Georgia, I'll be burning a bunch of stuff. All kinds of stuff. I would have some land and just having some bonfires all the time. Yeah.
Dude, I'd love to have a big grinder, like the big shredder, for the stuff we can't donate. That'd be nice.
Now, do you guys ever bring stuff back to the yard and like separate the metal, or you guys go straight to the metal yard?
No, we'll take it because we got dumpsters. We can sort stuff out. So we're running about a 3% dump fee, scrap recycle. We recycle about 2.5 to 3% every month.
Now, are you guys cutting cords and everything too?
It depends. Like I did an experiment earlier this month. We had a bunch of Romex cable. And I said, Tony and I bought one of those little wire strippers, and we spent like an hour, the both of us, working on it, right, to strip all this wire. and I got $75 for it. It wasn't a whole, probably just broke even. So like, okay, we got to have more cable before we strip it. So normally we'll just not strip and just sell it like 30% or 30% weight,
Yeah.
They have different quality, different levels of wire. How much plastic, 30%, 70%. So each one, like, they'll pay you less.
Yeah.
So D Johnson said, I bought my Expo ticket yesterday.
What are
we waiting for?
What are you waiting for?
What are you waiting for?
That's good. I'm glad you grabbed your ticket. We only have about 50 left.
Something left. Yeah.
So they're going because it's not until October. So if you're, thinking about going, wanting to go, you've been kind of playing with the idea, do it. Go. Don't be too late and wish that you had, and because the time will come, it'll come closer, and you'll kind of wish that you did. So thanks for grabbing your ticket yesterday, and hopefully you watched the video, because we did drop a video yesterday that talked about like where you should stay. The best place to stay is right across the street from the Expo. You can walk there. They did not let us block rooms because they are also having an event. So they said it's just first come, first serve. So we thought, well, we'll drop a video and let people know that really is a place to stay. There's other places to stay too, but this one you can actually walk across the street to the Expo, and it's also a beautiful hotel. Like, we love it there.
Now, have you ever been to Sonoma County, John, or just Napa?
No, I've been to Frisco, but never to Sonoma County. How far is that from Napa?
It's like right next to Napa.
It's about 25 minutes, 30 minutes. Napa.
Dude, I have a cousin that lives there. I met her a couple times, but I've never been to where she lives. So I'll probably visit her over there.
Is that the one that does the winery stuff?
Yeah, her son does wine, got his wine credentials, and he brought some to my niece's wedding. It was really good.
Yeah, Napa's real pretty out there too. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
So R5 said she paid for her hotel room today, and she'll be there from Thursday to Tuesday. So she's going to really experience Sonoma County. Woo!
And like the JoJo said earlier today, she's like, you know what? I forgot to put in the video that there's a lot of beer out here, a lot of breweries out here. It's not just wine. So if you like different types of beer, this is the place to be.
You can actually go beer tasting. Like, that is a thing here. There's a lot of different, beers. There's the dark, there's light, and there's all these different beer factories. So, yeah,
there's a spot downtown, and if you get there on the weekends, there's a long ass line because they give you like a tray with a bunch of different like shots of different kind of beers, and people are just waiting to go there. But yeah, the food out here is excellent, on point.
My wife's gonna like that. I'm gonna like it. That's gonna be fun. I'll bring the whole family.
Yeah. You're gonna love it out here.
Amazing content, guys. Oh, that's funny. Somebody, what's that one say?
See, people said the Julio is a Hispanic Brad Pitt.
But Brad
I wouldn't go that far.
How many kids does Brad Pitt have?
Julio got 5 kids right now. He's working on, I think, 6 and 7. So yeah,
that guy's great.
Yeah, we love the Julio for sure.
Oh, somebody asked, where will the Expo be held at? So hopefully you've seen the commercials, because we've really been running it. I thought too much, but obviously not enough, because we got this question. It's going to be in Rohnert Park, California, and that is in Northern California. And it is October 25th from 10 to 6. It's an all-day event, all day of networking, meeting new people, meeting others that do the same things that you do, listening to speakers. We're going to have some giveaways. It's going to be fun. You're going to walk out completely motivated. You're going to walk out with strategies and new things that you can implement in your business the very next day, if not as soon as you leave. And maybe a prize or two, and definitely fun. You're going to just be so glad that you went to this event.
And just so you know too, John, if you ever have a customer that calls you up from Canada, Clover don't work. I had a guy buying junk expo tickets from Canada, and I needed the zip code. And in Canada, they ain't got no zip code, so I had to like PayPal the money. So it's coming from Canada, which is cool.
Yeah. So R5 says she's staying extra because it's their 25th wedding anniversary, and they're just making a vacation out of it. So that's awesome, right? Let's see.
Now, is there anything you want to tell the new people out there, John, that are just starting the business and they're struggling right now, stressed out, their phone's not ringing, and they're paying for ads and they don't know what the hell to do?
Yeah, so it's a tough business, but so here's your options, right? So if you have a full-time job, don't quit your full-time job, right? I'm not saying you won't make it if you quit your full-time job, but it's going to be a lot less stressful if you slowly grow the business to know, number one, if you're going to like it, right? And if there's enough of a market for you where you're at. If you got the big boys around there, 800, Junk Kings, all those guys, there's probably a market for it. Then it's up to you to hustle and get those clients. And I would focus, I would avoid paying for advertising. I'd try to start with boots on the ground, property managers, just all the boots. I started on a Craigslist. I didn't pay for any advertising at first. But yeah, I just watch the amount of money you risk. So you don't want to overextend yourself. Start slow, truck and trailer, build up slow. And then at some point, you can quit your day job.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I totally agree on that. Let the market tell you when to grow and when to spend more money and invest back in your business for sure.
Yeah, so I think it's, you go to college, you get a degree, bachelor's degree, you still got to go out and hustle and get that job. But the difference between doing that if you're a college graduate and being a business owner is you're interviewing for lots of jobs from lots of customers. So when you get fired by that one boss, it don't matter because you got 100 more ready to hire you. Right? We got hundreds of customers, versus one boss.
Yeah.
So yeah. So it starts slow and just hustle.
Yeah. So we did have a question with somebody wanted to know how hot is it going to be for packing, and we didn't think about that in October. Yeah, it's interesting here. So what we usually do is we dress in what's called layers because it'll start off maybe foggy and kind of chilly, and then as the day goes on, it will warm up and be warm and then hot and then cool again. So I would definitely, if you are staying at the DoubleTree, bring a swimsuit. They have a really nice pool. And you're 30 minutes from the ocean, so you probably want to go to the beach. Our beach is cold. Our water is cold. It's not warm. It's not Southern California. It's Northern California. But I would suggest bring a swimsuit just in case you want to go swimming. I would say bring shorts so you can, kind of wade around in the ocean and walk on the sandy beach. I would wear bring a t-shirt. I would wear a sweatshirt because you're definitely going to want a sweatshirt either early in the morning or in the evening, and then be comfortable. But I'm not wearing my uniform. Wear your uniform to the expo, I suggest, because there's going to be lots of picture opportunities and a lot of filming will be done. So you should be repping your gear. Right, I would rep my gear if I were you coming to the Junk Expo.
That was fire, JoJo. You on fire, girl?
I just realized it says motivator, so I'm kind of wearing the right thing.
So we're looking forward to you coming on out, John. It's gonna be a good thing. I can't wait to see you, Abel, and a bunch of the other junk haulers down in LA and Arizona. It's gonna be a cool event for sure.
So I'm curious, you guys been at it, what was it, how many years now? 7?
It's gonna be 7 years.
7 years. You remember the first 2 or 3 junk haulers that you met that are still in business?
First, you know what? Let me see. First
ones we ever met?
Yeah, just out and about working, and you connected with other junk haulers.
Yeah, I still know the guys are not as busy as they were before. I feel like we're getting a little bit bigger piece of the pie, and we started off real small. But yeah, they're still in business. They're still out here getting money.
Good.
And we network with a lot of people. Like you said, we're cool with our competition.
Yeah.
We have some guys out here that want to tear signs down and do stuff like that, but that's not how we run our business.
Yeah.
I seen a post earlier of someone saying something about a certain company tearing down a bunch of signs.
I saw that.
They're again paying $10 per sign or something like that. That's crazy. I'm not saying no names, but yeah. So if you're out there knocking signs down, tearing signs down, trust me, it's not the way to do it. Work with your competition. Work with the people out there. Network. Make money together. Nothing wrong with it.
Yeah.
I think that's it. Is there anything else you want to say, Big John, or what?
No, I just enjoyed the talk, and looking forward to October.
Yeah, we are too. It's like seems forever off.
So what we'll probably do is have you on the channel again right before the event.
Okay.
But yeah, we appreciate you hopping on, and
we do.
We'll see you in October.
All right,
brother.
Good weekend, guys.
Bye.
Take it easy. Well, there you have it. Big John from Happy Junk Removal. He is the man. Super cool, guys. Super cool. So if you guys haven't got your tickets yet, make sure you hit me up at 707-889-9727. If you want to get tickets, like the JoJo said earlier, we have around 50 tickets left. And once they're gone, guess what? I'm going to answer the phone like this. They're sold out. I'm sorry. There might be one next year or the year after that.
Yeah.
So.
We can't, there isn't anything we can do. We can only sell a certain amount. There's only room for so many. So that was our number. That was our cap. That's as many as we could have. Oh, what does somebody said? Let's see. Why waste your time hating on fellow haulers? There's enough to go around. Thanks, guys. Yeah, always be good with me. Just not even your competitors. Just be good. Just be good with everybody. Glad I didn't miss it. I just unhooked the trailer and parked the truck.
Nice.
Good for you. That means you were out there making money today, and we love that. So like Matt said, we want to see everybody there at the Junk Expo. It's October 25th. That's going to be the place to be. It's going to be the place to be. And then it's what everyone's going to be talking about October 26th and 27th and 28th. And
29th and 30th.
Yeah, you're just going to wish you went. So.
And with that being said, remember, me and the JoJo and John, we love all you guys out there, and we'll catch you on the next one.
All right. Bye.